Welcome back, friends. So, we have a situation where the bond yields have begun to recede a little bit. The 10-year bond and the 30-year bond falling a little bit on the back of a decision of the US Treasury to double the buyback of certain Treasury securities, particularly those at the longer end of the curve. This has had the good effect of bringing down the bond yields of the 10-year and the 30-year bond, which also shows that this inflection point of 4.73% for the 10-year and 5.34 for the 30-year is an important inflection point. You may have noticed that time and again the US Treasury, whenever this bond yield reaches this level, it tries to curb the further rise and bring it down because rising bond yields can bring down the bond prices, but then rising bond yields has the deleterious effect of impacting stock prices as well. As you must have noticed, the US stock markets have been falling over the last few days on the back of rising bond yields. So we may consider this action of the US Treasury as one to prevent a further slide in the US stocks. How far this can continue, friends, how far this can go on is a matter of conjecture to you. But I will tell you that I don't think the rise in the bond yields will be curbed completely by this action. In fact, very soon, in just some few days' time, you will see the bond yield start rising once again, despite this monetary action by the US Treasury. This is because the geopolitical pressures remain in the system. There is still a great impact of high oil prices, which refuse to come down in a hurry. Where as long as the geopolitical pressures don't get resolved, you won't see the oil prices come down quickly, and therefore there could be continued impact on bond yields, which may continue to edge higher. Now, the effect of today's announcement by the Treasury is something which is definitely helpful in the very short term, but in general, I don't think this will last very long. Bond yields headed higher once again. To get to know more where the US markets are headed on a weekly, monthly, and yearly basis, where they will stand over the next few days, weeks, and months, do join our Prime Plus Telegram group, which are addressed specifically for the US stock markets. You can do that by WhatsApping us 732-732-2720. Happy investing. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.